Today we are going to transform our weavings into an adorable little bee. Bees have some stripes on them, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take some black stripes, and we're not really going to weave because this is already woven, but we're just going to pick a few spots to slide it over to give it a black stripe if you want. You can put as many or as few black stripes as you want, and I'm just going to go right over the weaving that I already have done. If you guys notice, what I'm doing with my finger when I poke mine through is just kind of tucking it down. See, it pops up and then I just kind of tuck it down and then it will slide under. So just tuck it, and then I'm using my other hand to push. And then there we go. So I'm going to do 3 stripes on my bee. So I'm done. If you want to fill the whole thing with stripes, you can. Or if you wanted to spread them out more, you can, however you want to do it. We're going to be cutting out our weavings. So in order to make sure that they don't fall apart, we're going to glue them onto another paper. So I'm going to take my glue stick, and I'm actually going to glue it on the blank paper because that's easier. I mainly want to get all around the edges. And then just do a few others spread apart, but just a little bit of glue on the back there. I'm gonna line it up and press it. I'm gonna flip it over. So I'm rubbing the smooth part. So I've got it glued down to the mat, and now I'm going to draw a bee body on the back. So a bee, I'm going to try to fill up as much of my whole paper as I can. And I'm going to do a big curve at the front, like a big U shape. That's going to be my bee's face. And then for the back, I want to have a little bit of a stinger. So I'm going to draw my triangle stinger first. And then I'm going to connect. I'm going to go into a fat body and connect it with the first part of my bee. And I'm going to cut it out. And when you're cutting out, you want to go super slow like a sloth. That means really slow. And you want to keep your eye on your pencil line, because if you start talking to your friend and you just keep cutting, you might cut straight into your bee. And that would be sad because you have this whole beautiful woven bee. So I'm gonna go super duper slow like a sloth. I'm gonna keep my eye on the pencil line and not look up. If I look up, I'm gonna stop my scissors car before I keep on cutting. Now I've cut a bunch of things off and I've glued my paper down, so I don't see my name on here anymore.
Turn it on the back and write your name in pencil.
Name on it. I've got a few loose pieces, like this guy here. If you have any loose pieces, you can take your glue stick and just glue it down. I'm just going to glue a few pieces from the ends down. So now he needs his eyeball and his wings. Now you guys have drawn a lot of these eyeballs. I'm going to take my square paper and I'm going to try to fill most of it up with a large circle. I'm going to make 2 circles on the inside, a larger one and a smaller one.
Now I'm going to trace around the circles and fill it in. If you trace a thick line around the circles, then it just makes it a little bit easier when you're filling it in to not accidentally go inside the big circles.
I've got my cartoon eyeball done. You don't have to do a cartoon eyeball. You can do any kind of eyeball that you want. And if you want to make some eyelashes on it, you can. Okay, so we're just doing one eyeball because we're looking at our bee from the side. and I'm gonna cut it out. Again, I'm gonna cut out slowly, and I'm gonna watch it so that I don't accidentally cut into my eye or my eyelashes. And now I'm gonna go ahead and glue this giant eyeball on the side of my bee with a little glue stick. I'm gonna also go ahead and use my Sharpie just a little bit. You don't wanna go crazy sharping over your beautiful weaving, but I'm gonna add a little mouth for him. And I'm going to put some stripes on my stinger. I have my bee all finished now, and the only thing that I'm missing are the wings. So in order to do that, I have 2 pieces of paper here. These are gonna be the wings, but my wings need to be a little bit more round shaped. What do you think? So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of choices. I'm gonna turn my paper over to the back. One thing that you can do is draw a U. A big U, that is a great little wing. Another type of wing you could do is more of a raindrop shape with a point in the middle, and then I'm gonna go out to get all the sides. So I'm gonna start in the middle, loop around, and go back to my middle. And then I'm gonna cut these out. Again, I'm gonna cut them out super slow like a sloth, and I'm gonna keep my eye on the line. I'm not gonna drive my scissors car if I'm not looking on my line. Now I'm gonna take my glue and line my wings up the way I want them and glue them on. And just press down nice and hard. And now my bee is done. He's so cute. Make sure your name is on the back, and then we'll put them in the drying rack just to make sure all the glue dries before we put them away.